I want to sincerely apologize for my voice in this video. This is probably the sickest I have ever been. So if you could, please forgive me. In classic zombies, that being from World at War to World War II, changing weapons mid-round was as simple as hitting the box and packing your weapon. Now, because of the health scaling of the older games, depending on the round, some weapons wouldn't be as effective as others. But what even weak weapons could do is get you points. And that's due to the classic point system. Just one aspect of what made it so perfect with the game mode is how it worked in helping players recover when they had next to nothing. Which led me to the question of today's video. How possible is it to change weapons in modern zombies if you have nothing? And I really do mean nothing. No points, salvage, grenades, just one new box gun on health cap. Is it possible to recover and build back to a point where you can actually kill consistently? I'm really curious about this because of how seemingly slow it seems to recover the point loss after changing just one of your weapons in a high round game. So let's put it to the test and see how possible it is in Black Ops 6 as well as Black Ops 4. As that game was the first to change from the classic point system to a different one, where zombies have a set number of points that they can give you, but not exactly how the system is now, Cold War and beyond. The rules are: 1. You must get 0 points in salvage. 2. Have no grenades, specialist, field orders, or kill streaks to start, but once you start to get kills with the new weapon, everything you get from using it is allowed. 3. Get to a point where you're able to kill zombies enough to be able to purchase more ammo and keep the game going. And 4. Any perks bought up to the health cap are allowed except Ethereal Razor in the modifier in BO4 and Melee Macchiato with a max melee weapon in BO6, as that kind of defeats the purpose of the challenge. And also, the health cap is 35 for BO4 and 55 for BO6. With the rules laid out, let's begin. So, starting off in BO4, we're going into round 35, no points, no grenades, and not a full specialist. Hitting the box to see what we get, and, well, suppose it's only fitting to test and see how well we can use this point system, giving us the cap 45. So, the training began, and using the cap 45 along with electric burst to stun zombies for some extra points. I managed to get a decent 1,620 points until I ran out of ammo. In that time, I killed a dog, a Nova Crawler with just the cap 45, didn't even need electric burst for them, so decent enough for damage. But luckily, through the time it took doing all that damage, I almost got the specialist charged, as well as got a frag grenade back, so tossed it and got the Path of Sorrows, which gave me just enough points using it to pack the cap 45. And being that we're at a single pack level on health cap, I wondered if it'd be able to get enough points to double pack, which I nearly did after just 2 clips, along with a lucky double points drop. And with that, I used the rest of the ammo to score a nice 5,630 points, more than enough to double pack 2 more times. But I packed just the once, which doesn't give me more ammo, so I'd have to rely on another frag grenade I'd gotten by this point. That nearly ended the round itself, so I threw a second and, what do you know, a lucky nuke. So round 36 ends with 4,600 points, another charge specialist ready to go. What all this shows is the different gameplay elements all working off each other. You get a gun out of the box that's fairly weak, but in conjunction with the perks I have and grenades I got, I received enough kills necessary to pack the weapon, get enough points to double pack, and ended the round with more than I had going into it. And also, with those points, I could have easily gone back to the shield table, got more ammo for my shield gun, or I could have gone and hit the box and attempted to get the ray gun. I think what this proves is while yes, BO4's mechanics may be different from classic zombies, you absolutely can get a brand new weapon out of the box if you have absolutely nothing and still be able to recover. So, BO4 is a success. Now, let's hop over to BO6 and see how we do there. So, This went much worse than I could have anticipated. Trying to switch weapons with nothing in BO6 is literally impossible. And when I say impossible, I mean impossible. The first attempt went horribly wrong. The round starts with me having basically nothing, and unfortunately that included barely having any armor, which was a bit of a mistake. But I hit the box and get, ironically enough, another machine pistol, this being the Grekova. It did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And after running for my life the entire time, just trying to find a chance to even shoot zombies, I was dead, which was an absolute disaster. So I contracted my friend Henry to attempt the challenge on Citadel, hoping he'd have more luck than I did. He ends round 55 with arguably the best possible weapon you could ask for, a shotgun. And, well, just look at this. The only reason he even managed to end the round was because of elemental pop. And the next round was just him dumping almost all the ammo he had and getting nothing. Not even being able to kill one zombie with just the bullets. And because of this game's point system, not even being able to get anything to buy a trap. Which they do give you points, by the way. And shortly after, like me, he died. Because there's really nothing you can even do. The only reason he was even able to buy the 500 point ammo crate is because of elemental pop. But that activates so infrequently that it would almost be impossible to rely on that to get enough kills for you to even upgrade anything. Quite literally, you're stuck. If you get put in this position, it is not possible to switch to a new weapon if you're out of resources, which is honestly awful game design. I think what this highlights is the long-term negative effects that this point system does for the game. Because with every zombie and therefore round limited to the amount of points you can get, the gameplay progression is no longer in the player's hands, but rather in the dev's hands. And while this may extend the time to be fully set up from the mid-teens to the late 20s, early 30s, it just simply kills the depth and variety of zombies. Because if something as simple as changing your weapon on a later round becomes an issue, which you need to do if your gun randomly drops off on damage, then I think it's time for the devs to reevaluate the longevity of this system, and either make some serious changes to it, or go back to how things used to be. Now, there is potentially something that could band-aid this problem. Not fix it, give a short-term temporary solution. There's been a lot of talk and rumors about double tap potentially being in the new mansion map coming to BO6. Now, however they want to use double tap's augments, perhaps double tap 2 could be an augment, or some sort of long-term increased damage over time, we don't know. But I'm going to hold out hope that maybe, possibly, with the introduction of double tap in this game, that there might be a small mitigation to this problem.